Morning. On today's top news, we have St. Isaac Jokes and his story of his life. To begin with, we have four significant events of his life, starting with his meeting with the rector, his old master of Jesuits, before he moved to Americas.
So let's go to cameraman Mike Jose with the story. What do you want at this late hour of the night?
Good day to you, sir. Or good night, I should say. My name is Isaac Jokes, Sir Isaac Jokes. I am from Quebec. I have come to seek the Master's guidance.
There's no way you're Isaac Jones. Isaac Jones is dead.
Then send for the rector, saying that I am a poor man in dire need from Canada.
Alright, man, just come in.
Director,
Good day to you too, sir.
how was your night? How was your night?
It was very solemn and quiet.
Why?
Just was. How is Quebec and the merchants out there?
Very ill, sir. The situation there is not good. The Iroquois have been acting up.
That is very sad. And what of Sir Isaac Jogues? Do you know of him?
Yes, I do. Stories have been told.
Do you care to elaborate?
Yes, he is free, and it is he that now speaks to you.
Oh my god! Isaac Jogues, come here, bro! Oh my god! You're so tall!
Oh wow, thank you, Mike Jose. That was thrilling, really thrilling. Okay, moving on. Our second significant event would be, what was it? The ambush of the Mohawks.
Let's go back to Mike Jose again.
Get him! Take him out!
Take his fingers off! Take his fingernails off! Bite him off! Our next summit is when Isaac Jogues, he had to go to the Pope for special permission.
You'll just have to see. Now, we bring it over to cameraman Zeke.
Isaac Jogues is here to see you. Isaac Jogues is here to see you.
Send him in.
I think.
Hello.
Good day to you, sir.
What is this pressing matter you've come to see me for?
Well, obviously, my fingers have been mutilated. So, it has come to my recognition that according to the canon law, I am not allowed to present mass and execute daily mass with my fingers that are mutilated.
That is correct.
So I have come to your gracious assistance to plead the cause that I may execute mass daily.
I suppose, granted that you have 5 fingers.
Does the Pope think this is a laughing matter?
No.
No.
I hereby grant you permission to celebrate Mass for the glory of God.
Thank you for your graciousness, Pope.
You are welcome.
You're inspired.
Me.
Unfortunately, our next story is more serious than the others, and it chokes people up every once in a while.
Not people like Zeke. Yes, it sure does, Joe. You got that right. Okay, now we're bringing it over to cameraman Chalmers. That certainly was the most tragic story of today. To an interview with Father Butex, a close friend of Saint.
We're here today with Father Butex. Butex, is that right?
That is correct.
Father Butex, I'm led to believe that you lived with Isaac Jogues for a while in the Americas.
Yeah, that's correct. We did a while, and it was quite inspirational. Going out there, coming out to the new world where not many people have been, and preaching to the Indians.
How was tell me about his characteristics. How was he as just a man?
He was loved by ours as being most gentle and as being very observant of our way of life. It was quite nice. Quite nice.
Tell me about your travels with Isaac Jogues.
Yes, we went to Quebec. We had noticed how the merchants out there, it's getting kind of rough. It's getting kind of bad. It's going downhill from there.
What's wrong with over there in Quebec?
The merchants, they're not having many people come in to buy their goods. It's not good.
Did you go with Isaac Jogues on his quest to meet the Mohawks and the Huron Indians?
Yes, I did.
So, when you went there, how did the Indians treat you?
Not very nicely, actually. They tied us to poles and tried setting us on fire. It was it was an attempt, but it didn't work out so hot.
You went back 2 more times, even though the first time I tied you up and tried to burn you.
No, I'd personally not go back. Isaac did himself, and it didn't turn out so hot for him, sadly. I mean, God bless him. I love him. Great man. But no, I just went first time. That was about it.
And that was before that trip. That was the last time you saw him.
Yes, it was. It was the very last time I saw him, regrettably. Yeah. So the third time he went out there to the Mohawk, the Indians, their land had been plagued. Like their crop stuff had not been going out so hot, and they saw him and they took him as the blame for it. Because the previous time he made like peace with them, they took the blame for their land, on him this time, and so they basically took him by the river, stripped him naked, slashed him with knives, took him back to their village, and on the way to a tent, a man threw a tomahawk and it went right into his back. But were they done? No, they were not done, sir. They brought him in the tent and they beheaded him.
That's awful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. He's a great man. That was a great introduction. To for our next interview, which is with yours truly himself, Isaac Jogues. When were you born? Tell me about your childhood.
Well, not much happened between my years of 1 and 11, but when I was 11, I entered the schools, the Jesuit schools, to educate myself. When I was well adapted to education, I soon entered the Jesuit Society and was ordained. I was ordained in 624, and at the age of 17, I became well developed in the faith. I had a strong faith, strong sense of faith, and about a couple years after I was ordained a Jesuit, I was sent over to the Americas, and I began my life with the Indians.
Fulfilling, very fulfilling, I believe. Tell me where you've been on all your ministries.
Well, first I was sent as a missionary to Canada. Then, after that, I traveled. After completing my mission there, I traveled to Quebec, and then after visiting Quebec, I went to the regions around the Great Lakes, which were the Huron, which were the residencies of the Huron and the Mohawk. Then, that's where I stayed at.
And then I believe that's where you were martyred by a tomahawk to the back, right? It's nice to have on the show, Isaac. And we will talk to you later, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a pretty thrilling story. It's always good to know about a saint's life and personal from himself, even though he's martyred. That would be pretty much of a wrap of what we discussed today as St. Isaac Jogues' life. Thrilling, wasn't it? I know. I've used that word so many times today. Thank you, and good night.